as blood continues to pour into the streets of the cryptocurrency market. When will the scab form and stop the bleed? We're going to talk about that on today's show. What are we picking up with this market dip? Remember, we're in a bull market. We're going to see market corrections. Is it time to add to a new position or potentially add to a bag you already have? Which ones are we adding to? Of course, like every show, you're going to get some alpha on AI agents, what is happening in that ecosystem. We're also going to take a look and talk a little bit about Hedera, what Fidelity said, and also we're going to talk about what Trump wants to do when he gets into office and how that could potentially affect not just the crypto markets, but the overall stock market as well. We have that and much, much more in today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's go. Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take old, boring, stale information, repackage that thing up in a fun and sexy way. How come his intro got a clap?
Because you started off sounding like Edgar Allan Poe or something, but like the handicap.
And you start
version.
with a raspy ass.
I've been doing the Olaf for 4 years.
Rocco's back.
Now all
Yay,
of a sudden,
Rocco's back.
I've been saying Olaf for 4 years, and you're
So
like,
happy
you
to have-
started off with a loud Olaf.
So happy to have Rocco back. Wow, Rocco, thanks so much.
You all right, bro?
Happy to be back.
You seem bitter. Like, are you are you upset the market's down? He's like, you call me Edgar Allan Poe. Your intro is raspy. It doesn't sound like I've had the same intro for the last 4 years, bro.
It was not directed at you. It was at Rocco. Huh. Anyways.
How was Rocco's intro raspberry?
That's not. Oh, God, you're retarded.
You know?
Anyways, let's
We're off to a good start.
Real good. You know, we started early today. I don't know. Maybe that's what the issue is here. So a lot of talk about what's going on in the markets. Is the bull market canceled? Some of your favorite other content creators are saying, oh, yeah, the top is in. We're done. I'm here to tell you, no, the top is not it. This is what I think. Could I be wrong? Sure. Am I wrong? Probably not. But let's look at this article here from the Cryptopolitan. Bitcoin enters the distribution phase as the accumulation trend score drops to 0.21. Now, the higher the score, it goes from 0 to 1. The closer we are to 1 means that people are accumulating, and the closer we get to 0 means people are distributing, meaning AKA selling. So as one thing I've highlighted here, Bitcoin whales are selling more of their holdings. As you can see here again, this accumulation trend score from Glassnode shows that we are in a distribution phase. As Bitcoin hovers around $94,000, looking at the chart on Bitcoin, we did wick down to around 92.4 on the, this is the Bitcoin 2 hour. Let's zoom out to the Bitcoin 1 day. Didn't see a lot of liquidations though. As you can see here, this candle is not hollowed out. Didn't see a liquidity grab, but we caught some support right at this volume node. If we throw in our VRVP, tons of volume coming in between 96.1 and 99,000. Obviously, majority of that over the last couple of days has been sell pressure, but can we turn that into buying pressure? Also, money flows continue to stay green. That might potentially flip. We'll zoom out to the 4-hour chart on BTC. We did see a couple liquidation candles to the downside, but it looks like we're catching support right at this large volume node around 93.5 to around 94.4. So now it was interesting, this candle here. If this body closes up a little bit and we close, the price closes, and the candle has about 54 minutes left. If this candle closes around 94.8, we could be that could be a potential hammer pattern or hammer candle. That signifies a trend reversal, whether it's in an uptrend or a downtrend. This one obviously isn't a downtrend, so that would play out pretty good. What are your thoughts on the markets, where Bitcoin is, and yeah?
Well, I've been taking a look at the altcoin space. I think this is a great opportunity to buy your favorite projects on discount. Probably the last pullback. Now, is this the bottom of whatever pullback we have? That I'm not sure, right? Will we see $92,000, $91,000 Bitcoin, perhaps at 89 or 88? Anything's on the table. I think sub 90K is less likely. I'm not really holding my breath for that one. But could we see a little bit further drawdown on Bitcoin? Absolutely. and I wouldn't be surprised to see it at all. So what is going to be your entry point? Who knows? But for me, lots of things on discount, lots of things on sale. And so you might be upset that your portfolio is down, but don't even look at the portfolio. Don't pull up the app. Just go straight to buying. Just go straight to the streets. All right, so here, what's down on the 24 hours? Let's take a look. You got WorldCoin, Athena, Thorchain, Celestia, Lido, GALA. I know I'm talking about GALA being on discount lately, and even further down. You got the likes of Render here. I know this is still up on the week, but down 10% on the 24 hours might be a good time to get into that AI play. I know a lot of people feel like they missed the boat on AI. I think like this might be a good spot to get back on the train. Also, channel favorite Ondo on discount as well. And so we got a lot of, and I know a BitTensor, something that David's been eyeballing. That one's also down as well. So then you also got the memes. I probably would stay away from the memes today and tomorrow, just because I'm not sure we're going to get that big rally back up to that 100K. And if without a rally to 100K, I don't really feel very confident in memes or ripping or bouncing back. David, real quick, do you think without Bitcoin over $100,000 that meme coins is just something you want to stay away from for the next few weeks? That's how I'm looking at it, right? That's my strategy, but what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, well, mine goes a little deeper than that. Yeah, Bitcoin runs, meme coins run the liquidity cycle. But I think we're seeing, and we're going to continue to see, a rotation out of meme coins into AI agents. And I think
so you're just fading meme coins in general, huh?
I have some in my portfolio, like my blue chip.
But what I'm saying, you're not looking to buy.
I'm not looking to accumulate. No,
okay.
No.
So for those of you that are looking to accumulate,
that's just my strategy. It could be wrong.
Yeah, no. Well, like I said, I'm not. I've been very vocal on my meme coin strategy. I'm not touching anything in the top 100 outside of Doge. I think Doge is an exception because it has a very strong narrative behind it with global payments, perhaps an ETF. We have the Elon effect with the Doge as part of the government efficiency. We also got X payments. There's a lot of narratives that we could see bring Doge out ahead of the competition. Am I writing off meme coins? No. I still like the speculative ones, the lower caps. Big caps, I'm staying away. And especially for any meme coins, I'm not touching anything right now in the next 2 weeks. But do you
think in the next let's say 3 months you'll make more money having meme coins or like AI plays, like smaller cap AI plays?
I've already said I think that AI really ran hard. So I think what we saw is a big market pullback, but I do think that we'll probably get a cooling in the market. So in the next 3 months, I probably would go more risk layer one versus AI plays right now. But with that said, if you got a longer term time horizon, I think AI agents are going to be an amazing play this year. So when do you want to buy and do your research and pick up assets? It's during a bear market, right? You would have really wanted to get have gotten exposure to your XRP, to your Cardano, to these small, to these larger altcoins during the bear market, right? We would have known, like, if you could take in a time machine, probably would have just bought a ton of Solana at $10, right? $20. That's kind of what you do in a bear market. And right now we have a pullback. And so I think it's a great time to start working on if you're interested in AI plays and your agents, pick those up. I think you're going to have a couple months to while the market consolidates, in my opinion. I know you're a little bit more excited on price action in the short term. I am very excited in the 2025 outlook. I think that would probably get a little pause on.
I think the next micro niche that's going to kick off the AI agent is going to be gaming. There's a lot of stuff happening with gaming and AI. That's a lot. So we'll share some more with that. We'll share some more with you guys later. But as far as you mentioned Ondo. Ondo's one. This thing got up to $2, and where number is Ondo at?
I think it's at number 50-ish.
No, it's number 64. So $1.26 for Ondo. You take a look at the last month. It got to a high of around $2.10. And so I know I talk a lot about AI, but you know, I'm still very bullish on RWA. I'm still very bullish on gaming. I'm still very bullish on like infrastructure, you know, Chainlink and the likes. And so Ondo at $1.26, I think is a steal. Also, I
like to look at what's down the most on the week, on these like time windows or in these pullbacks that we have. Like that's where you really see the value, right? Because you know if you rallied 6 days ago up 20%, you know you're going to be up, you know, whatever it is. But that's something I look for. But
yeah, well, here you go. Here's your week. Phantom down the most, 17%. Thorchain down 12%. Virtual is down 12%. Ondo down 11%. So out of these four, which ones are you? Or do you think is going to bounce back the fastest?
If I'm playing 2025, I'm taking virtuals. If I am playing anything longer than 2025, I'm taking Ondo. If I'm taking short term, like with minus 6 months, I'll take Phantom.
You're fading Thorchain, huh?
Yeah, I'm not touching Thorchain.
I like Thorchain.
And so that's my play. If I'm targeting, say, November, December, top of the market, virtuals, I think has a likelihood of being in the double digits, and perhaps up to the $20 range. But I think that's on the back half of 2025. Also, Phantom, I think we haven't yet to see DeFi really explode. And so I think DeFi will pop off sooner than the rest. And then Ondo, RWA is just move slow, man. It's not the sexiest narrative.
Well, you're
talking. So, for me, I would say outside of 2025.
Well, you're talking about, you know, when it comes to projects in RWA and, you know, projects like Chainlink, what they're trying to do with the players they're trying to do it with, we're talking about companies that hold and transact in trillions of dollars. So nothing happens fast. When they deploy capital, it doesn't happen fast, right? They're not me and you sitting behind a computer and aping in a $1 million projects looking at 10x. It's just not happening. They do their due diligence, they do the research, it's a long process. So these things take a little time to play out. And so if you don't have the patience, then don't have money in those. But if you have the patience and you can sit there and you can wait and not freak out, then you're going to be rewarded very handsomely. Now, will that be in 6 months? Will that be in a year, 6 years? I don't know. But my bet is if you're willing to have the patience, Ondo, Chainlink, some of the other projects that are working with these large institutions, RWAs, you're gonna get rewarded by holding. It's just, are you willing to sit there and wait? You know. So I was taking a peek at our trading profile here on BuyDeFi. By the way, these guys are great, man. They got a lot of stuff coming to their platform. You guys know this is the only one exchange we talk about is because we use them, we love them, we know their team, we got a direct line of communication. So anything that comes up, we can directly go to them, and everything we ever need, they make it happen. We're also going to be doing a trading competition with these guys as well for our community members. It's going to have a pretty big prize pool. So excited for that. But I was taking a look at, hey, where are we with our positions? And, you know, XRP, I said our liquidation was so low, I wasn't planning on, it's $1.11. So we're up 780% on our XRP position. Our Cardano position, which we entered at 86 cents, is still in the green, around 26%. Our Doge position, which we got in at 31 cents, has a liquidation mark price of 25.6 cents. We are up 34% on that one. We're still up on Solana. We're down on Bitcoin. Now, we did enter at 95.78. Obviously, we're at 94.2, but our liquidation is not. No, it's at 77. So I feel pretty confident, 77.7 to be exact. So I plan on holding that one. And then XLM up 47% on that one as well. So doing pretty good with our trading. And so if you don't have an account yet, highly recommend it, especially if you're in the US. You don't need to worry about doing no KYC or VPN. So yeah. So shout out to BuyDeFi. And if you use our link, you'll get a 15% bonus.
Yes, guys, sign up for BuyDeFi. Now's a great time to trade. A lot of volatility, a lot of movement in Bitcoin. Honestly, you probably won't make any money on Bitcoin in the short term if you're just buying and selling, just limit orders. I mean, I don't expect to break out till maybe the end of the month. A major breakout like new all-time highs. So I think if you haven't had a chance to do a little bit of trading, you know, throw a little leverage behind it. You can try it out with some play cash, with some you know, some money,
Monopoly money.
Yeah. So check it out. It supports the channel as well.
One thing I will say, though,
Link in the description. Get in there.
Rob is right? Great time to trade. But what I'll do a caveat to that. When the markets are volatile like this, be careful with using high leverage. Don't get greedy, okay? 2x leverage, 3x leverage is okay in very volatile markets. Unless for some reason, and I'm not saying you should do this, but this is just what I do. If I see an absolute bottom, or if I see a large mass cascade of liquidations, and I see a spot where I believe we're going to see a lot of buyers enter, I might go higher on the leverage and put in a limit order at that position. Other than that, if I'm intraday trading, or if I'm even like, you know, swing trading a 2 or 3x leverage, I don't use more than 2 to 3x leverage, because you will get wrecked. Your liquidation price goes against you the higher up you go in leverage. And the other word of advice I would give you is always make sure you check isolated. And here, Rocco, let's pull this up one more time so I can show the people. Okay. There's two formats here. Okay. When you go to put in your trade, when you select your leverage, you want to make sure that you click isolated. If you click on cross, it means that it'll take every single dime you have in all your other positions and money you have outside of your trade to make sure you don't get liquidated. You don't want that. I would not recommend it. I don't use it. I know some of the best traders don't use it. Isolated, if it hits your liquidation price, your money's gone away, but at least it's the money that you entered in the trade with, not everything else in your account that is at risk. So that is my piece of advice. Make sure you're on isolated and not cross margin. So, all right, let's get into this as well. This was interesting. So there's a lot of talk from a lot of, you know, influencers talking. But, you know, when Fidelity speaks, we listen, right? And when Fidelity puts out an article, we share it. Fidelity expects governments and nation states to start adding Bitcoin to their portfolios. Fidelity says governments will start buying Bitcoin in 2025, making it part of their national reserves. I know this is a talking point we brought up, Rob, but do you think this will have an impact like a lot of people think it will? Or do you think a lot of this happens OTC, doesn't really affect the liquidity markets? Or do you think these buys are just going to be so big they have to dip into the liquidity pools? Or
here's the thing. At some point, Bitcoin just starts to run out, right? And I don't mean like there's no more Bitcoin you can't buy, but at some point, there's the surplus is just not there, right? And so we know that MicroStrategy is just routinely buying billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. We know that the country of El Salvador is just routinely buying Bitcoin. We know that BlackRock is routinely buying Bitcoin. BlackRock plus MicroStrategy both hold over a combined 1 million Bitcoin, right? There's the Bitcoin that has been lost over time. And then the fact is we mine 450 Bitcoin every day. That's it. 450 Bitcoin at this current moment gets mined a day. And the amount of Bitcoin that is being bought by institutions, now nation states. You also have states buying it for retirement accounts and pension funds.
No, the states are also creating their own Bitcoin reserve.
Yeah, and then you have rumors of multiple nations starting a Bitcoin reserve, probably because they want to front run the U.S. And then you have the U.S. is going to buy $1 million worth, or 1 million Bitcoin over the course of 5 years, which equates to 200,000 Bitcoin. What is 200,000? You know what? I'm very curious. I'm going to use my little handy dandy calculator here. So let's see. 200,000 divided by, was it 365?
What are you doing the math? Oh, how many per day?
So the U.S. is going to buy, check this out, 548 Bitcoin per day. Let that sink in.
Hold on, pull up your calculator. Let's see the number here. How much is it? 500 and what?
So here's the we got 548 Bitcoin per day.
So that's 10 more than what's being mined.
No, they only mine 450.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's 10 less.
It's 90. Basically 100. Basically, the U.S. is buying 100 more Bitcoin than is getting mined every day, and so that's just that's just one example. You said 10. That's one example of just how much Bitcoin there isn't, right? And so at the end of the day, it's going to eventually hit a threshold, right? It's going to hit a breaking point. And I'm assuming it's going to start on the smaller exchanges first, or the smallest OTC providers. And what are they going to have to do? They're going to need to acquire more Bitcoin. They're not going to have any in their OTC reserves, and they're just going to have to go into the order books, right? They're going to have to just start sniping out order books. So the next thing you know, in the buy orders on your order books is going to be Coinbase. It's going to be Binance.
Binance.
Yeah.
You know, I want to give
price is going to explode. That's the whole moral of the story is that damn price is going to explode, man. I don't know how else to tell you.
Well, you can just tell us the price is going to explode.
The price is going to explode. There you go.
That's good info. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to everyone that is here today watching. You know, Rob and I were kind of discussing this prior to the show. We said, you know, it's funny that the markets go down and everyone's kind of scurries away, right? But for you that is here now, this is the people that are serious about investing and making life-changing money.
You guys are the roaches.
What? What is wrong with you?
No, you guys are the roaches. So when the nuclear bomb goes off, the only thing left behind is the roaches, man. We survive everything. And then as Bitcoin crashes and blows up and there's nukes everywhere,
wow,
who's left behind? It's the roaches.
Oh, man.
And it's me and you, and it's Rocco, and
like
you, the viewer. And
so
so I say to you, be proud to be a roach.
You must be a romantic
because all those other rats, they scurry off. They saw that bright light explosion mushroom cloud. They're out of here. Then they come back when the city's rebuilt. You know.
Wow.
But by then we've already made our money. I did want to give a shout out to the chat here. First of all, I don't see them in here, but we've gotten 2 new whale members. We had one yesterday, but we got Mike Owen. He joined, and also Jason Williams. I saw Jason in here yesterday. So Jason pops up. Say what's up, man. Welcome to the Whale Club. We're now at 20 members. So,
Jason.
Yeah, thank you guys. And then you will be adding you to the credits on Monday's episode. We'll update those over the weekend. But also some new faces here. If you're new, please.
Yeah, I can get over the roaches.
Say hello. We'd love to give you a little shout out. Where my roaches at? Say something. Come on. All right, we got Ben Christie. Also Adrian. We got Rob, Luis Armas, and then we got Mag999, Madi, Drew Premier, Fing Lee, Soda Pop. To all of you. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also got Davo up in here.
My dude said from rags to roaches.
Yes.
Jason is here. Jason, man. Thanks for
run the animation. Can we get the new whale member? Yeah, there we go.
There she blows.
Also, Jason, and who's the other person that joined our whale?
Mike Owen. I've seen Mike Owen in
Mike Owen and Jason, do me a favor. Put your Discord handle in the comment section here in this chat, and I will add it to our whale chat. And so that's where you're going to get all the AI alpha, all the big ones. And so, guys, I'm super excited. We have the Crunched Out team, the team from DraftKings joining us tomorrow. It's a big update they shared about their mainnet, and I mean, I'll get into that a little later. But those guys are joining us. You know what I found out? The gentleman's name is Max. His business partner Nigel. And I'm sure he'll tell you tomorrow because I'm going to ask him to introduce himself. He founded the company that eventually turned into Xbox that was sold to Microsoft. And so these are the people that are working on that and this is the D King. So these guys are amazing, man. I was on a phone call with them Monday. They're going to join our show tomorrow. They're going to talk about BitTensor, how they're revolutionizing AI agents, what they can do, sport. It's going to be a great conversation. You do not want to miss that. It's going to be a lot of amazing alpha from people smarter than I am. Which is why they're coming on the show. A little bit of altcoin news, and we'll get into some AI stuff. If you're a user of Jupiter or a staker of Jupiter or a user of Solana, you're probably going to get a Jupiter airdrop. So the allocation checker will be live sometime next week. This is according to Jupiter DAO. I will say it again and again and again. Do not click on any links, okay? If you don't directly hear it from this handle or from our show, even if you see it from this handle and it sounds kind of weird, maybe the thing got hacked. Never rush into connecting your wallet or clicking on links because you're trying to do this and someone says you can allocate, you can get this much, and don't do it. You're going to lose your money, okay? Around these times when there's a lot of airdrops and this and that, you're going to see a lot of these scams. So just be careful. I'd hate to see one of our community members lose all their money.
You know, as economy pulls back, David, certain things pull back as well. You know, we got crypto taking a pullback. SP 500 is down.
The roaches are still here.
Roaches are here, and then
I can't believe you said that.
Give me a minute. Can I finish my
The
point
Sin
here?
City Roach.
So, you know, things are getting cheaper, man, and it's a great time to buy, man. And if I were to say to you, like, what asset can you buy right now? I'd probably give you the most ROI. Like, I'm just saying, like, you could just pick anything on planet to buy. What's going to get you the best return on investment over time?
Cockroaches.
No, not cockroaches. You're going to buy a cockroach today, it's going to return you money in
According to you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's the good 100-year hold here, man? What are you buying? You can buy anything on the planet. What are you getting, man?
100-year hold?
Yeah, 100-year hold,
I'm
man.
alive when I'm 100. In 100 years.
That's my point. You're going to pass it down to your friends and family.
My kids?
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Wrong, sir. Wrong. Your best investment is buy Greenland. That's what Donald Trump's trying to do. Buy a giant
You're an
freaking
idiot,
piece of land mass.
What is wrong?
You know, so in case y'all haven't watched television or don't have any stuff, I will get there. So in case you don't know anything about what's going on with Donald Trump's interesting policies, I'm behind a lot of them, but some of them are interesting. I think that buying Greenland, makes a lot of sense. And I'd like to say to you, Donald Trump, pull the trigger. Why? Because, well, here we go. President Donald Trump just announced that he will place massive tariffs on Denmark if you do not immediately relinquish all control of Greenland. We need Greenland for a national security purpose. 3D chess, question mark. But let's go. Let's dig into this. Buying Greenland would be a huge boost to the U.S. Bitcoin mining, as Greenland has a massive abundance of renewable energy and cold climate. Why do we say cold climate? Well, if you've ever seen a Bitcoin mining farm, massive amounts of cooling is needed to keep the temperature of the graphic cards down. Why bring in the AC when you can just open up the barn doors? So I say to you, Donald Trump, make the smart move for not only the U.S., but for the crypto industry. Buy that Greenland. We need it. Thank you.
Wow. Thanks for that, Rob.
We can just take over.
There's another thing he wants to do, Trump. He wants to make Canada the 51st state. Did you see that? You know what I'm going to reference right now?
The dude, hey,
hold on.
Global economy's down.
Hold up.
He's going through. He's trying to pick up some land on discount.
Someone had something to say about it. Now, former Prime Minister said there isn't a snowball's chance in hell that Canada would become part of the United States. To which Elon Musk replied, "Girl, you're not the governor of Canada anymore, so it doesn't matter what you say."
Oh, man, damn. What's that bad? Jeez. That's real?
This is real.
No way.
This is real. It's crazy. I was telling the guys this morning. We did two videos for you today. One is an XRP video, important update. Another one, we got a lot of questions in our last AI video of, hey, how do I buy these AI agents? How do I, go into the virtual protocol ecosystem? If you guys are following our channel, we don't really do a lot of tutorial videos. We know there's a lot of different channels that do those well, but for the sake of our community, because we want to make sure you guys aren't making any mistakes, losing any money, we made that video for you guys. So if you can do us a favor, when that video goes live, go watch it, share it with some friends. I'm sure you have people around you or people that are looking to get into that ecosystem that just don't know how to. It's a pretty simple, it was like a 5-minute video. So do us a favor, when that goes live, support that video and both videos, but support that one and kind of share it with some people.
You know what I wanted to, just a quick, sorry, I noticed here We have I gave a shout out for the 2 new whale members. We did have someone also join off the live show. Stepan 1983. He joined the Hot Alert Club. So just a big shout out. Big shout out to him. I didn't want him to feel left out. So
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. We appreciate all the support. As you guys know, we haven't taken a single dime. We put everything back in. And so if you can see the conversation we had yesterday, we're about to spend a lot more money. Right, Robin?
that's right. Yeah. That's right.
All right.
What's the price tag on Greenland?
We're not buying Greenland.
Let's throw out an offer.
Yeah.
We can sell some company Bitcoin.
Okay. Crypto Walk said, is AI16Z a worthwhile project? Ace, you mean, I'm hoping you mean AI16Z. And the answer to that question is yes. That's a multiple $billion project in my opinion. It's a framework infrastructure play in AI. So yeah. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Hedera. Oh, some news on Hedera. So last month, Equity Lab, NVIDIA, and Intel unveiled Verifiable Compute, the first hardware-based solution to audit and govern AI workflows leveraging the Hedera Consensus Service to create an immutable ledger of AI computations for compatible NVIDIA GPUs and Intel CPUs. Rob, are people sleeping on Hedera? Let's take a look at where Hedera is. Hedera is number 17.
It had a very strong move right before that pullback. Like 2 days ago, it was up like 15% on the week. And so
it got up to 33 cents.
Yeah, I know, man. But look at pull up the 1 month chart. Pretty strong performance from kind of the lows that we had like couple weeks ago, and I know it's sold a lot of it back.
23 cents.
Yeah, so it sold a lot of it back recently. So take it as you will, but I think that once Bitcoin gets back on track and starts moving back above 100K, I would expect very strong performance out of Hedera, one of my favorite projects. So,
it's interesting to see how a lot of these, Hedera definitely has I don't know the correct phrase here, like an in with a lot of these institutions because of their governing council, right? You got the likes of Boeing, you got the likes of, a lot of these big names, a lot of big banks in there. The last Hedera video I did, I highlighted, or it wasn't the last one. It was a Hedera price prediction 2025. I talked about the seats that are opening up for the governing council in 2025 and what that's going to look like, the worst case, the best case. So if you haven't watched that video, go watch it. It's Hedera price prediction 2025. But it's interesting to see if they're going to bring one of these large, like, could they bring someone like, we know Dell is in there, right? Can they bring like this headline here? Could any of these companies, Intel or NVIDIA, could they be added to the governing council? It might be interesting. If it does, I think the news alone would, hear me out here. If NVIDIA gets announced as a governing council member, you think Hedera 2X's?
Yeah.
Pretty safe to say, right? Well,
yeah, 2x realistically in bull market it's
not that big.
Yeah, not that big. Even for large.
Isn't that crazy saying that?
Yeah,
well, 2x is not a big deal.
Stellar Lumens is as an example, something that was in a similar range on market cap as Hedera, which by the way, Hedera's in a smaller market cap than Stellar was prior to their breakout. So you could argue that there's a little bit more fuel for X's there in Hedera, but we saw 4X out of Stellar, and so
you saw a 6X, bro.
Yeah,
9 cents to 63.
Yeah, but from where it kind of is now, we saw 4X, right? But you could extrapolate the very bottom to the whatever. Either way, even in just a broad look, hey, where was it 2 months ago? Where is it at now? 4X, right? And so could Hedera 2X off of some NVIDIA news? I don't think it's a possibility. I think it's a
probability,
damn certainty almost, right? If you have NVIDIA's like handle on X announcing like yeah, you get what I'm saying? It's
that would be huge, dude.
We saw NVIDIA take the stage. What's the dude's name? The
Jensen?
Yeah, Jensen Huang. He took the stage and started talking about AI agents. Now, he didn't particularly reference crypto, but it wouldn't surprise me for him to start dabbling into announcements and partnerships with crypto companies. remember, NVIDIA made a lot of damn money for their company. A lot of their revenue stream, a lot came off the back of their graphics cards and how they mined, particularly crypto, Ethereum, and in the past, well, Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, not so much. Now there's ASICs particularly, specifically designed for it. But NVIDIA probably wouldn't be NVIDIA without crypto. Wouldn't you argue that?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's probably at one point 30 to 40% of their business revenue probably came off the back of the crypto industry.
Yeah.
And so
Especially when you had ETHs.
he's got to realize that just from firsthand, there's a lot of money to be made in crypto. And so I wouldn't be surprised.
Like I said, his company's made a lot of money.
Yeah,
Because of the crypto
Yeah,
sector.
exactly.
I mean, especially when ETH was proof of work, right? All those
That's what I mean. Yeah. I mean, how many?
Rocco, you used to mine Ethereum.
Like, I remember in 2021 trying to buy a graphics card and
It was impossible.
it was impossible. But you could go on eBay and people were selling 100 or 1,000 like 2090s or 2080 Ti's. And those were going for 2x the market retail suggested price.
Yeah.
And you just couldn't buy them. And so, I mean, there was other supply chain factors, but, a lot of it was degens were trying to mine ETH, bro.
Yeah. What the hell is that? Anyways, before we move on, I want to give a big thank you. Today's show is brought to you by Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you run a business, you're going to maximize your networking, IT, and cybersecurity, you're going to want to hit up Cam's. My cousin's friend his computer got hacked with malware, and I told him, I was like, look, you need to hit these guys up. Pretty sure they helped him solve the issue. So these guys are amazing, man. They've been our longest tenure sponsor. Shout out to Cam's. Visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video.
And big shout out to, we had a $5 super chat from Crick Cats. He said, $5 super chat. Rob called me a roach, canceling my membership.
Don't do it.
I say to you, the viewer, if you are proud to be a roach and be here when everyone else is scared and bombs are going off and nukes have destroyed everything, but yet you hold strong and you won't sell, and you're a proud little roach, put a 1 in the chat. If you are offended with my words, and how dare I say that, put a 2 in the chat. I'm curious to see where you land. Make sure everyone participates. We got 323 live viewers. I better see at least.
Oh, I see a Rumble chat too. Okay.
Yeah, and we better at least see, what do you think, 150 numbers? 151 and 2s.
300.
Half participation, not even.
362.
Not
Now
even.
you're going to have a roach emoji, right?
There is a roach emoji provided by YouTube.
No.
There it is.
No,
Yeah.
a special one, the Sin City one.
Oh, Sin City Roach.
Sin
City Roach.
I mean, on the cheek.
Also some fresh faces in here. Big shout out to our Rumble community. We got Xterra and Fuzz in the chat. Also, we got Stan, Stephen B, FSDT, Greg's brother, Gold Giant, Adrian00, Davo, Crypto Walk, J Abdul. We got Ardeo, Live Lord, and GH. To all of you. Hola! Welcome. to Sin City Crypto.
Also, Javi said Fartcoin. Trying to rip one.
Oh, yeah. $2 super chat. Yeah.
All right, let's talk some AI, because I've said that AI was going to be a big focus, and I told you guys that you want some AI alpha every show. You're going to come to Sin City Crypto. Here we go. This was interesting. So this is the amount of agents that are on each layer 1/layer 2. Okay, so you obviously have base number 1, 5,233 agents. Number 2 is Avalanche at 1,684. And number 3 is Arbitrum. So layer 2 for ETH. You have ZK Sync, BNB, Solana, Bitcoin, Polygon, and a few other ones. BitTensor's down there. It's pretty small. But, the base ecosystem of agents is where a lot of money has flowed into. Could we see a potential reallocation of capital or profit taking from the base ecosystem into ecosystems like Avalanche, like Arbitrum? For me, it's I'm kind of torn, right? I'm torn because part of me believes once you're in a certain ecosystem and you're using it and you know the people, and the one thing I will say about base is they're high level executives, people that are building the layer 2, people that run the layer 2. They are very accessible to a lot of high-profile people. And when I say high-profile people, I mean builders, devs, and honestly, whales. So a lot of the little communities or group chats that I'm in, we're talking people that are when they enter into a project, we're talking $4, $5, $6 million worth. We're not talking $2,000-$3,000, and they have direct lines of communication with the base team. And so it's just hard for me, and I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It's just hard for me to think that those people who are a large portion of the volume and everything and onboarding into base are going to decide to say, we're going to leave that behind. We're going to take our capital and go to something like Avalanche or Arbitrum. It's just hard for me to believe that. Now, do I think some of that will? No, because when there's opportunity, the money will flow there. So if people see opportunity in Avalanche AI agents, there's going to be some money that flows there. But as of right now, by far, the leader is base. And so, you hear a lot of things, Rob, like, oh, base is centralized. No one gives a shit. I'll be honest with you. Base doesn't have a token, so you're not investing in base. No one gives a shit if it's centralized. All they care about is it cheap, is it fast, and can I use it? Now, there's been some issues when there's high traffic with base transactions going through. And the one advice I'll give you is up your fee, your network fee, okay? You'll click on the little gear icon and you can go slow, medium, fast. I think it automatically sets to medium. Just click on fast. 9 out of 10 times the price is the same, but it puts you ahead of the rest of the transactions. Now, when the transaction settles, it might go from 1 cent to 2 cents. At the end of the day, it's still fairly cheap. And so that would be my advice. I ran into some issues. I did that and everything started going in fine. So, but interesting. Anything you take away from this graphic here?
I'm going to call out AVAX being a large chunk of the pie, second largest, money flow there.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah.
But the thing is I haven't seen the AI agents coming out of the AVAX camp yet. I know you're a little bit more plugged in than I am, but they just launched it not even 7 days ago. So brand new launch pad, brand new agents hitting the crypto blockchain. So yeah, I'd like to say I wouldn't be surprised to see that Square grow and take market share from base.
I'm interested to see what this looks like a month from now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In due time. Yeah.
And I'll be honest,
I'm so bullish on AVAX, bro. I can't even tell you.
I'll be honest, I'm most of my me being plugged in is in the base ecosystem, but I do know a little bit about, the Solana one, definitely the BitTensor one. Avalanche, I will be digging more deep into it. But right now the money's on base. The liquidity is on base. The money flow is on base. And so that's where I am. If that changes, I'll change with it. But here we go. Rob, I mentioned at the beginning, I think gaming, the gaming micro niche in AI, I think is going to kickstart the next one. And, I'm just going to share a post I had. I shared this post yesterday on X. I said, here we go. I said, my bet is that when the dust settles, the following S-tier AI agents will start running. Aeon 5100, DraftKings, AIXBT, Game, Ava. I bought some Ava yesterday when it dipped down to 160. Oh, we got a new whale member. Okay, Sebastian. Welcome to the club. Sebastian, make sure you're in our Discord. And all the new whale members, make sure you're in our Discord so we can add you to the whale chat.
We'll also be adding you to the credits over the weekend. So come Monday, you'll see your name at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So
we appreciate all your support. And then Vader AI. So those are my kind of S-tier AI agents that I think even with pullbacks, money will continue to flow in them because they have great teams. They've kind of established themselves. And then I said, then you'll get a fresh slew of speculation in the following micro narratives. And my number one case is going to be gaming. Okay. There's a lot of buzz around gaming, a lot of partnerships, a lot of things happening. Also think trading and gambling, sports betting, what we're seeing what DKings and DraftKings is doing. And I also think DeFi AI. I think that's what it says. Decentralized financial artificial intelligence. Anyways, I think that sector also is going to be
pronounced DeFi. DeFi, bro.
Okay, DeFi. Why? Hey, cool, man. So this is my perspective, right? This is what I think. And with the gaming, take a look at this. So we had the big news, Rob. We shared yesterday. Alluvium and Virtuals. 2 days ago, we shared Sovereign and Virtuals, both gaming. We also, in my interview with Wiki, the founder of Virtuals Protocol, he talked about how them working with Sovereign and kind of their collaboration with that team in gaming what is that going to allow you to do playing a game and these NPCs? It was a fascinating conversation. I cannot wait for you guys to watch that. That drops tomorrow. But take a look at this. AVAX Saga has proudly partnered with Virtuals as their flagship anime, gaming, and AI powerhouse. Here is what we're bringing to Virtuals. Take a look at this.
Hitting back like they've got something to prove, and Duraka is trying to stir the pot.
Now, do I think this game is off the grid? No, I don't. Do I think people will play it? Yeah, I do. But what's the more important thing here? Hype, right? Hype drives speculation. And so we're seeing a lot of hype with gaming and AI, which is why I've allocated some of my portfolio, my AI portfolio, into gaming agents. I think my largest one, I would have to double check, but it's either Sovereign or there was another one. I'll get back to you on that. But Sovereign is definitely a big one, SOVRN. And I'm not saying you should go buy it, but I'm just saying that's just what I have in my portfolio. So you have that. You also have, this was interesting. This is the team that created Gecko. It's an AI agent, kind of that Gordon Gekko. You know the movie, the Wall Street guy, Gordon Gekko, played by, what was that actor's name? Michael J. Fox.
No idea.
Anyways.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas, thank you. Thank you, Rocky. Yeah, Michael Douglas, Gordon Gekko. So that's the play on it. But they have a platform. This is pretty cool. You go in there, you create an account using your wallet. And let's just say you have $100, right? You want to allocate. You click continue. And you can allocate it to any of these. So let's just say you want an index allocation, right? Tokens invested in by Sequoia. You take a look and say, okay, I want more heavy in a Gecko. You know, I want it to be more heavy. You know, I think Seraph is going to be great. So let's go 60% Seraph. Let's go, 10% Sequoia. You can adjust these all. You can completely check them off and have zero allocation. And you can go in here. They have all the other AI agents and what you want to allocate it to. They have meme coins in here as well, like Mog and Popcat and Dog with Hat. They have a DeFi sector. You can say which index, if you even want the index allocated or what percentage you want. Let's say you want all of it in Chainlink. You can go like this and bam, your DeFi allocation is 100% in Chainlink. Blue chips, stable coins, or you can create your own custom index and then you click continue and it automatically does it for you. And so I haven't gotten this far, but here you go. Auto rebalance your wallet, your perfect portfolio blend maintained automatically. You can put your stop loss, you can put your limit, and you can have advanced settings. And if you're looking to harvest yield. So very interesting. Now, this is just one utility and use case. And the website, you know, I will drop this.
What exchange did they use? Or are they the exchange?
I haven't gotten into that, but what I do know is it is all automated. And so, yeah, but I would have to dig into, like, you know, where the money's held. I'm assuming it would be held in your wallet, but I have to do a little more digging. I'll do a little more digging and I'll get back to you guys. But the handle, if you want more information, and I'm not promoting this, I'm just saying, hey, this is some of the stuff happening in the AI space, is GetAxal. GETAXAL. If you want to learn more information, go on there. But very interesting. And you're seeing, right? You're seeing Sequoia, and there's another one, right? Y Combinator, right? It's a play on Y Combinator, but it's another kind of VC. And look at their number one holding, right? Is Exemplar. This is a project that I talked about in my top 5 AI video. So we essentially kind of front ran this project, kind of saying, hey, look, this is our number one holding. And so it's a lot of money, again, to be made in that. And so Exemplar AI, it kind of lands in that micro niche of decentralized science, which I don't think has taken off yet, which is when you want to start getting allocations to. So watch out for DeSci, watch out for gaming. I think those two could be huge narratives, along with the other two that I mentioned in that post, could be huge narratives that'll spark another big run in AI agents. And so, yeah. All right, let's move on to some news of the day. We have this from cryptoeconomy.com, fintech leader Revolut brings banking data to Pith Network for on-chain developers. Revolut becomes the first banking data publisher to join the Pith Network, integrating its data into Pith's price feeds for DeFi applications. Now, Revolut is a massive, massive fintech company, more prominent in Europe, especially in the UK, right, Robin? Those Revolut cards? Yeah. It has over 45 million users and a constantly expanding crypto trading platform. It has also obtained a banking license in the UK. Now, Pith is a direct competitor to Chainlink. I don't have any Pith in my portfolio, but this thing is sitting at a market cap of $1.2 billion at number 81 at 33 cents. What are your thoughts on this news, Rob? And is this something that maybe moves the needle for you if you don't have any exposure to Pith? That, hey, maybe they're working.
I don't have it on my radar. You know, it has very strong performance. Take a look at the 1 year on that thing. It's definitely
underperforming the rest of the markets. Only up 25%.
Well, okay, so then I guess it was prior to that. Kind of came out of nowhere. I remember.
Oh yeah, it had a big run. I mean, you can see right here, right? Beginning of the year, 2024, it ran from 27 cents all the way up to $1.
Yeah.
So it had a big run. Just it was in the beginning of the year and hasn't really done anything since then. But is that a good opportunity on a cool off to accumulate some Pith, seeing some of the news and who they're working with?
Perhaps. I haven't dug into it. So, you know, I've seen it on the charts. I've seen it moving around. I've seen a lot of volume going into this. But I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I should look into it. Are you a buyer right now, or are you just kind of keeping an eye on it?
No.
That's how I feel. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes narratives start popping up. You start catching buzz. You're like, you start eyeballing it. You're like,
I already have.
Should I have an exposure?
You know, and maybe I'll miss the boat on this one, which is completely fine. What we got to remember is you're not going to catch every single freaking winner. You're just not. And so some ones you fade, you're just going to have to live with it. If it pumps, okay, cool. I missed out on that one. But as long as you're making money on the other stuff, it's fine. For me, the sector, the kind of category that Pith will fall into my portfolio, I'm already allocated very well there. And I don't want to take I'm not going to deploy fresh capital into this like bucket of my portfolio. But I'm also not going to sell some Chainlink or any of the other ones that are in that bucket to buy Pith. And so for me, I hope it rallies because I know some people in this chat do have a large allocation to Pith. I hope it rallies. I hope it does amazing. I hope it goes to $10. Me personally, it's a boat I'm willing to miss. And could I be wrong? Sure, but it's just I don't know. Hasn't moved the needle enough for me to reallocate funds within that bucket to move it over to Pith. No, there's a lot of talk about SWE, okay? And then our friend Forrest posted something, which I'll share here in a second. But SWE Network reaches a TVL of $2 billion and a record open interest of $1.47 billion. And then Forrest posted this. He said, SWE is probably the polka dot of this cycle. So that's not a good thing. Low float, well-funded, all-star team, unnecessary. What are your thoughts on SWE, Rob? You know, they got the little gaming thing, right? They got that Solana vibe, right? Fast, cheap. You know, it's got a lot of VC funding. Is the space just too, I don't know what the right word, is it too inundated with a shitload of projects that do what SWE says they're so good at doing, right? You talk about Phantom going to Sonic, like milliseconds to finality. You talk about Avalanche with their 9100 upgrade, right? You talk about, there's so many projects. I mean, does SWE have enough to move the needle for the average person or the average investor or the average VC? Maybe has a lot of exposure to Solana or Avalanche. I mean, what do you think?
I've always been on the fading SWE. I've yet to purchase any.
I have some SWE. It's not a lot, but I have some.
I have yet to purchase it, and so I don't.
Is that market too?
I think my concern is that it's just highly centralized on who owns tokens. The token distribution is horrific.
You know, you brought that up. Let's take a look.
Yeah, it's not good, bro. So I think it's like 90% of the tokens are held by
top 10
wallets or less. I mean, maybe it's eased up. I haven't looked into it in a while, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Wow, it actually has gotten better, Robin.
Has it?
Look at that. Yeah. We saw a huge dip. Look at this. That's strange.
Doesn't seem natural.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. I mean, this is not. This is very strange to me. This is very, very strange to me.
That's what I mean. Like I think there's a lot of market manipulation for its price to have gotten to where it is. I think that venture capital is benefiting off of its current market cap position. I think that I don't know, man. I just
Okay,
I don't get the good feels
Robin,
from it, man. I don't get the feels ain't good, man.
Can you help me make sense of this?
You know when you got that girl,
Hold on.
she's super hot. You know, you start dating her, just something seems off. You know, like she's too nice and too perfect. And then you're like,
And then it starts.
then next thing you know, she's got a wiener.
Then-
You know,
No way.
did I cross the line there?
I was gonna say next thing you know, you feel like you're at the ocean smelling the freaking salt water. Anyways,
Exactly the same.
can you help me make sense of this? Okay, because I'm trying to wrap. So we went from on January 2nd, 70 million wallets holding to the next day 45 million. Okay, so we got, let's just call it half. The wallets got cut in half, but the supply got more decentralized. You would assume, I mean, can you make any sense of that? I'm struggling with this a little bit.
It's just they're just taking wallets and spreading them out, man. That's all.
No,
it
they're
is.
not, because it got cut in half. If it got more, then okay.
I don't know.
But it got cut in half.
I don't know. Looking at this chart,
It consolidated.
at this moment right now, you pulling it up, I can't give you like this is exactly what happened here.
Oh, but you can tell me the
but-
girl you dated has a wiener. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to President Trump and what he's looking to do. He is eyeing an overhaul at the Fed leadership with key roles opening. We know Michael Barr stepped down. And so he was a key architect in Choke Point 2.0. They want to inject Michelle Bowman to be the new Fed vice chair. I did try to do a little research. She's kind of indifferent on digital assets. I read through her press release she put out. She's like, look, digital assets, they could be good. We just got to be careful so they don't kind of upend the system we have. So she's not like against it, but she's not for it. She's kind of in the middle. But hey, better than the dude that was there before, because that dude was super against crypto and digital assets. So it's less of Michelle Bowman and more of what Trump and that team is looking to do, right? They're not happy with what the Fed's doing. You know, the guy pays more attention to the stock market probably than he does to his freaking McDonald's order. Either way, he's very prone to making sure that the economy's doing great, prices are going down, and the stock market's up. That's kind of his measure of success, right? And so I don't know. Are we going to be into a whole year of a tug of war between the Fed and Donald Trump, to where if the Fed decides to do something Trump doesn't like, Trump fires back and says, okay, then we'll do X, Y, and Z, which would benefit stock market, retail investors, so on and so forth. I don't know. It's just interesting. Do you have any commentary on this?
My question is how much is the Fed going to realistically influence the crypto markets? Is there going to be volatility when there's rate cuts? Yes. Is the broader markets going to break new all-time highs? Are we going to see new all-time highs out of the S&P 500? We're going to get really big days out of the U.S. economy if the U.S. is pretty much printing money and making borrowing easier. Yeah. But I don't know if you can stop what we started the show. I don't know if you can stop the supply and demand aspect and the price crunch that's going to happen when there's a limited supply of Bitcoin. And Federal Reserve aside, if the United States is buying, as I mentioned, 500 and basically 50 Bitcoin a day, we're only mining 450, and MicroStrategy keeps buying, and other nation states are also doing strategic reserves. I don't know if the Fed pressure that we have on the market is enough to counter the buy pressure on Bitcoin. And so even if the Fed makes moves that is not beneficial for the U.S. economy, I still see a scenario where Bitcoin still reaches that $300,000, that $400,000 Bitcoin price. even if the S&P 500 is not coming along for the ride. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But now we have Wall Street in. So what are the ETF flows going to look like? You know, if Wall Street goes risk off, that'll definitely have an effect. But, you know, Bitcoin also is kind of its own thing, right?
Yeah.
So that'll do it for the show today. Want to say
real quick, big shout out to Low Key, Drexel, Avery, Luis Armas, M. Miller, Hunter, Marcus B., Rico Tha, Davo, Aaron Berger, Dan Lucia, to all of you.
Like 6 times.
Davo, are you upset?
And he's upset.
Let me
You're
give
probably-
Davo some love,
You're probably
man.
mispronouncing his name.
Hola! Welcome.
Anyways, that'll do it for the show today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Big show tomorrow. Again, we got Max and Nigel from the DraftKings team joining us. A lot of insight. If you're a fan of AI agents, and some things that'll blow your mind, you're gonna want to watch. You're gonna want to join us on the live show tomorrow. Also, tomorrow, our interview with Virtual Protocol co-founder Wiki drops. A lot of great alpha in there. A lot of people are asking, how do we get airdrops? What is going on? A lot of great info in that video as well. And then today, again, XRP and a Virtuals protocol, how to navigate that ecosystem. Watch those videos. And with that being said, Rocco, thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate all of you. We hope you had some fun here. To all our Roach friends, that's going to become a thing. I know it is.
Crypto roaches.
Anyways, guys, we love you. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Be a strong roach. Be a strong roach.
Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Named according to your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon, then to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.